Everybody, before we get into this evening's update, I want to go over a quick overview of what's transpiring. We had the daily close at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and XRP did make a rally from the swing low of about 683 earlier when we had a liquidity drop. As we know, in the morning session, we had a 30-minute candle that came up to about 6.3 million in volume. It was a surge of about 20 times the average volume in the previous 30-minute segments. And then tonight, just about 2.5 hours before the daily close, we had a 2.5 and 3.5, well, about 4 or 5 million within an hour period. We ended up holding at the 683, and then we quickly pulled up in the daily time frame. And before the daily close, we ended up closing over the Bullflag breakout. So we're going to go over that on the chart. We're going to see exactly what we have to do next to confirm this pattern to continue moving bullish. As we know, we formed a symmetrical triangle earlier after the breakout earlier, which we failed, broke down, and then broke back within the Bullflag briefly. Now we're going to have to see the resistance that was created at the symmetrical triangle, and then we'll see our targets from there. Make sure you hit that like button, as it will greatly help push my content. And if you appreciate my work, please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Good evening, 8:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, July 30th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So as we can see, XRP is up 0.77% since the flip of the clock at 8 p.m. XRP came down for a nice liquidity dump. We talked about how we had formed you could call this a symmetrical triangle. When I was in the live, we talked about how we had to do a contraction before an expansion. So I knew we had to contract down. It's just a matter of, is this a real break back up, or are we going to end up coming back down? We did manage to close the daily here, which is actually an interesting signal right now. We managed to close the daily above the Bullflag to start this candle. So we actually opened this candle above the Bullflag. So this is our first candle that opened outside of the Bullflag in this entire formation. So that's an interesting signal we're dealing with right now. So the breaking news here is that XRP closed over the Bullflag in the daily, despite a drop down to despite a drop down to the 6848 level. Now we've bounced back. We just bounced off of the Bullflag in the 30-minute. Now, to come back up and maintain our bullishness, we have to get over the 717 level. That was the uptrending resistance form on the busted symmetrical triangle, and that's achieved by overextending that uptrend that was formed. You could even come back a little bit farther, but I just want to focus here. You could come back here and try to say it, but I would rather just focus here. We started the uptrend. Now you would want to come back over this, but it's a great sign we closed the daily under. And again, the volume isn't suggesting that we should just dump out now. The volume is crashing. Even in the dump down volume, it was cut down. So I mean, that's a downtrending volume flow. And to have that big of a dump off, we dumped down 3 times farther percent, or 2.5 to 3 times farther percentage wise, with that little of volume. We had about half the volume, and it still dumped down and gave it all back. That's why it reversed so quickly. So now we're going to see, does this pattern have anything left? Are we going to be able to get up here and finally start breaking out? Or do we have to come back down farther before we can move back up? That's the question we have. The one thing that still bothers me about a potential breakdown is the fact that this volume portfolio, I mean, you couldn't have a worse volume portfolio here. Even if you want to line it up like this, just so we can get some kind of confirmation on both hits here. We're waiting for a bullish breakout here on the volume. It's that simple. The volume portfolio is so low, there's no way to, we haven't broke out yet. This is a bullish divergence in volume. So what that means is the volume, when we broke up in the daily, it supported it. We had a huge breakout of 94%. The volume went up 202 million and also 172 in those two. We had 8, 10, 11, 4. You get the picture. 4, 8, 22 million in the entire candles. Then we come back down and we start breaking down. 27.5, 37, 25, 21, 32. Consolidation candles, 14, a meager 8.4 yesterday. The daily candle today, 26.629. So now we consolidated outside of it. We held the consolidation on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight daily candles we held above the 20-day. Now we're on the outside of it. And now, unlike how you got a bunch of volume in right here to support the price rise, now you come down 30% back down to the swing low at 673. We've got no volume to support it. None. So therefore, now all of a sudden, we're on the outside of this bull flag. If we do get some volume and some support here, we could make a run here. We could make a run. That was an important close on the daily, but now we can't get too overexcited because the obvious move here, if we don't get any volume, would be to come up and to get rejected at now the overrun of the symmetrical triangle uptrend that we broke down out of, and that's at the 717 level. So right now, everybody needs to pay attention to the 717 level. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you got anything out of this, make sure you hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you appreciate my work. And if we do fall back within here, remember, we could consolidate through, could come all the way down to the 657 level approximately, and still consolidate through and bounce out at this level. This is actually supposed to be, well, about right there, because that's the bottom part where it could technically pop out. So we'll see. If you're looking to trade XRP, your favorite crypto, video description below and or pinned comments. There's FEMX down there. No VPN needed in the USA. KYC only needed if you're transferring from a bank or credit card. If you're doing it from an exchange for another on-off ramp, you can do up to $50,000 a day.